as I followed deeper into the dark, damp cave. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was waiting for us. It wasn't long until our fears were confirmed, as we stumbled upon something truly terrifying.
As we reached the safety of our base, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of excitement about what we'd just accomplished.
A massive spider towered over us, its beady eyes glinting in the flickering light of our torches, and I exchanged a look of pure terror. This was not going to be an easy fight. The spider struck first, lunging at us with deadly precision.
Sure, it had been terrifying at the time, but now that the danger had passed, I was already thinking about what other monsters we could take on. And I spent the rest of the day crafting and building up our defenses. We knew that the world of Minecraft was full of unpredictability, and we wanted to be prepared for anything. As the sun began to set, we sat back and admired our handiwork. Our base was surrounded by an impenetrable wall of stone and iron, and we had plenty of supplies stockpiled to see us through any challenge.
We barely managed to dodge out of the way, our hearts pounding in our chests. I could hear hyperventilating beside me, and I knew he was just as scared as I was. We backed away slowly, but the spider continued to advance, skittering forward with alarming speed. I knew we had to act fast if we wanted to survive this. Think, I muttered to myself as I frantically searched through my inventory. Finally, I stumbled upon an idea. Follow my lead, I yelled. We're going to set some traps.
Just as we were about to head off to bed, we heard a strange noise outside. It sounded like scratching, slow, deliberate, and unnerving. I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck standing on end as we crept cautiously towards the source of the sound. As we peered over our wall, we saw something we never would have expected. An army of skeletons was advancing towards us. They were armed with bows and arrows, their empty eye sockets glowing with malevolent intent, and I shared another look of pure terror. We'd never faced so many enemies at once before, and we had no idea how we were going.
Together, we scrambled to gather the materials we needed. Cobblestone, redstone, and a whole lot of creativity. We spent what felt like hours working on our traps. But in reality, it was probably only a few frantic minutes. I was sweating and shaking with nervous energy as we finally put the finishing touches on our traps. We'd created a fire trap, an arrow trap, and even a pool of sprouts that we hoped would distract the spider. With our trap set, and I took a deep breath and prepared for battle once more. The spider charged forward, its fangs gleaming in the dim light. But this time, we were ready for it.
We'd spent hours gathering resources and building up our home base, but now we were eager for a new challenge. And we knew just what we wanted to face, a giant spider. We'd heard rumors about a monstrous spider that lurked in the depths of a nearby cave. It was said to be the size of a house with venom that could knock out a player in seconds, but...
First, we activated our fire trap. Flames exploded outwards, engulfing the spider in a fiery inferno. It shrieked in agony, but we didn't relent. Next, we triggered our arrow trap, raining down a hail of sharp-tipped arrows that pierced the spider's armored skin. Finally, as the spider struggled to regain its footing, we pushed it towards the pool of sprouts. The spider took a step into the slippery liquid, then another, until it was flailing helplessly in the water. And I let out a triumphant cheer as we watched the spider drown in the shallow pool. We'd done it. We'd defeated the beast that had threatened to swallow us whole. As we made our way out of the cave, I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in what we'd accomplished.
And I were bold, daring, and maybe a little bit foolish. We strapped on our armor, grabbed our swords, and headed off towards the cave.
As scary as it was, I knew that this was what made Minecraft so special. The thrill of the hunt, the danger, and the satisfaction of overcoming it all. That night, as we sat around our cozy campfire, I regaled with tales of our epic battle. We laughed and joked, relieved to have made it out alive. But deep down, I knew that we were both already thinking about our next adventure and the next monster we'd have to face head on.
As we made our way deeper into the cave, the air grew thick with tension. I could practically feel the spider's eyes on us, watching our every move. Finally, after what felt like hours of wandering, we caught sight of our target. The spider towered over us, its many legs twitching in anticipation, and I shared a grim look.
As we waited for the spider to attack again, I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. I wasn't sure we could survive another round with this beast, but then, as if on cue, the spider struck. It charged at us with renewed energy, seemingly invigorated by the scent of blood, and I split up, trying to lure the spider towards our trap. It was risky, but we had no other choice. Finally, with a mighty leap, the spider landed directly on our trap. The dirt and leaves gave way, and the spider fell into the pit. And I cheered in triumph as we watched the spider struggle to climb out of the hole. We'd done it. We defeated the monster that had threatened to take us down.
This was not going to be an easy fight, but we were determined to take on the challenge. We leapt forward, swords at the ready, but the spider was fast. It lunged at us with lightning speed.
As we made our way back to our home base, we couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. We'd faced our fears and come out on top. And as we sat back and admired the fruits of our labor, I couldn't help but think that this was what Minecraft was all about. Danger, adventure, and the thrill of victory. But the world of Minecraft is unpredictable, and danger is never far away. As we gathered resources and mined for diamonds, we knew that we had to be diligent and cautious at all times. We spent the next few days crafting new tools and weapons, preparing ourselves for whatever might come our way. We worked tirelessly, our eyes strained and bleary from hours spent staring at the glowing computer screen. At night, we huddled together in our base, listening to the sounds of the world outside. We could hear the howl of wolves, the rustling of leaves, and the eerie moans of zombies. But we were ready for anything. We had traps and barricades set up, and we were armed to the teeth.
Its massive jaws snapping shut mere inches from our faces. We danced around the creature, trying to find an opening, but it was too agile. We were getting desperate, and I could see the fear in his eyes as we continued to dodge and weave.
And then it came, the sound we'd been dreading. The scratch of a spider's legs against stone, getting closer by the second, and I sprang into action, grabbing our weapons and rushing outside. Sure enough, there it was, a spider the size of a horse, its dark eyes glinting in the moonlight. We locked eyes with the creature, waiting for it to make a move. The spider seemed to be toying with us, skittering back and forth, daring us to attack, but we refused to be intimidated. We were Minecrafters, and we were ready to take on anything. We lunged at the spider, our swords flashing in the darkness. The spider fought back, its massive fangs dripping with venom, but we were faster, stronger, and more determined. We dodged the spider's attacks, weaving in and out of its legs like a pair of acrobats. Finally, after what felt like ages, we landed a decisive blow. The spider let out a deafening screech, then collapsed at our feet. We stood there for a long moment, panting and covered in sweat, but triumphant. We'd done it again. We'd faced down a creature that most players could only dream of taking on. As we made our way back to our base, nursing our wounds and basking in our glory, I couldn't help but think that and I were the best team in Minecraft. Nothing could stop us now.